No more surprises. That's the goal for the new head of the rail project. 2 months now into the job as interim executive director, Krishnaya Murthy sat down with KHON2. Manolo Morales pressed for answers on how HART is going to stop rail's price tag, now at $10 billion and rising, from rising even higher. It's a story you'll see only on KHON2. Manolo?
Joe Murthy tells me he loves a good challenge. With more than 40 years of rail transit experience, Murthy says he's ready to take this on and turn things around. Murthy tells me that his first 2 months on the job have been about evaluating the management team to make sure they all know the challenges ahead. He's handpicked the people he wants in charge of how the rail money is spent.
Well, when you mention a finance group and a procurement group, I guess this all has to do, both of them have to do with the cost of the project as it moves forward.
Absolutely. I think the cost containment and cost management has to be our everyday focus. So that's why these two groups are extremely important.
Another important addition, he tells me, is someone in charge of risk management.
So by having a better risk management person in there, you really are counting on far fewer surprises then?
Absolutely, we are. We are being proactive, not only just with the risk manager himself or herself, but we also have, based on the lessons learned from the past work that we have done.
As an example of lessons learned from the past, the work being done now on Dillingham Boulevard to identify where all the underground utilities are located. Underground utilities led to some of the escalating costs.
Did they not do exploratory work in the previous, in the earlier parts of the project?
It was done in a generic way. There was, in the past, when the first contracts were awarded, there was a sense of urgency to get this project moving. So some of the work was not thoroughly vetted and done before the contracts were awarded.
Murthy tells me ideally he would like the state legislature to extend the rail tax surcharge indefinitely. That's the only way to get the project to go all the way to Ala Moana. It will also help satisfy the Federal Transit Administration, which is expecting a recovery plan from HART in April. If the FTA is not satisfied with the recovery plan, then it could pull part or maybe all of the $1.5 billion in funding.
One of the options we have looked at is to build a guideway all the way up to downtown, to say Aloha Tower. It's not a good option, or not even a good option to be really seriously considered.
The guideway is about halfway done now, and the hardest part of the project lies ahead as it makes its way into town. With so many obstacles, I had to ask.
Why did you want to take the job in the first place?
It looked to me as a challenge. You know, having been in transit business for over 40+ years, I've been into these situations with other projects before where the public does not want it.
He says he has changed the public perception on his past rail projects in Los Angeles and in Seattle.
So the long-term benefits of the transit is something, as a builder or designer, I get satisfaction of doing it.
Now, if the state legislature does not extend the surcharge, Murthy tells me, a partnership with the private sector might help get the funding to build the rail all the way to Ala Moana. Manolo Morales, KHON2 News.
Murthy was hired as an interim executive director. He's on contract for a year, which can be extended. The HART board has hired an executive search firm to find a permanent executive director. The firm is expected to give an update on the search at the next HART board meeting on February 16th.